Bum 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 Well, hello there. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a chatty get ready with me, as all get ready with me's gets readies with me's gets ready with me. As with all of these videos, it is a lie. I only ever lie in these videos in the sense that I don't get ready for things. I only ever film get readies with me's to make a video. Like, I'm not getting ready to go somewhere. I'm getting ready to pick up my son from school. So we're getting ready for that. Lies and dishonor aside, I do really like these videos. They're pretty fun. And I've been missing you guys. So I'm gonna do a little whatever this gets readies with me's and use. And also I can use Sneaky Balm, the new product that we came out with, the hydrating skin tint. Whew. I'm like already can feel myself getting into deep stuff. Okay, I guess I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be doing a very natural look, which surprises absolutely no one. I'm gonna use Sneaky Balm in N11. To clarify, by the way, I can also wear N10. Most people can wear 2 of these shades because it is a skin tint. And also to reiterate 8. It's really like a tint concentrate because there's 35% pigment, which means it's more on par with like a medium coverage foundation. But I did that so that you would only have to use a tiny bit and you could still get like a tinted moisturizer look with like the most minimal amount of product. I think if you layer it on, if you want medium coverage, I would recommend something else because it wears best. Like it wasn't really designed for that usage, so some people might like it for that, but I personally would probably find it a little too, I don't know, maybe emollient for those purposes. Anyway, I'm going to put this on my face. And while I put it on my face, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on lately. I've had a bit of a reckoning on a personal level, in the sense that I've always been a workaholic, or maybe I shouldn't say always been a workaholic. I really believed I was Ferris Bueller when I was a teenager, so that might be a stretch, but I'm a workaholic at the things that I care about, and I did not care about school. But with my business, as an adult, I've been a workaholic, and I worked really, really hard to get Sneaky Balm launched, and it was supposed to come out before Christmas. And I was working so many hours, so hard. I mean, you guys know we do like everything. We do everything here ourselves, and I love the holidays, and I was not getting to enjoy them, and I was really sad about it, but I was just like working so hard to make this deadline. And then I got COVID. I got the Quran. The Quran got me. And it was so shitty. It was so shitty. It was like somebody canceled at the last minute for something that was supposed to happen with the shoot, and then I found out that I had COVID that weekend, and so then everything just got pushed until January, and I had to quarantine for 10 days, and it was just beyond miserable. And basically, whenever I go through something really shitty, I'm like, okay, I better figure out a lesson from this, because I am most definitely not going through that for no reason. And so just sitting at home and having no choice but to have everything be late, when I had basically wasted my favorite time of year, because I was like, I have to finish this, I realized I've known for a long time that being a workaholic is not good. I think we can generally agree that being a workaholic is not a good thing. But I realize it's not only not good, it's also useless. It's useless because you can waste your favorite time of the year and not make holiday cookies with your child, or like go see some of the cool things happening in the city around Christmas time. But then things that are totally outside of your control can happen, like the cron. And it doesn't matter that you worked late. Because being a workaholic is one of the many things that I do in an attempt to control all the things around me. And it's such a joke. Like, you just can't. And I can't. And so my takeaway from that was, I'm not going to work myself to the bone anymore. And I'm going to try to have some boundaries with my schedule and do other things besides my job. Like, I went to a bookstore with Caspian this weekend and I didn't look at my phone. And that feels really nice. So I guess the moral of the story is, there's no such thing as control. Being a workaholic is a bad thing. And as usual, even though the sucky thing that happened sucked, I'm glad, because now I feel like it finally snapped through. Like, it was such a low that it finally convinced me to be like, maybe I should change how I'm living, because it's pointless. Like, I couldn't ever convince myself to stop being a workaholic when it was, the only thing I knew about it was that I was like, oh, it's like not good for me. But like many people, I suspect, I will do things that are not good for me and self-sacrifice like all day long if I think I have a good reason. But when the universe combined it as like, not only is this not good for you, there's also no point in doing it, because you can have run a marathon and be right at the finish line, and then someone can just shoot you with a rocket launcher full of Omicron. And I was like, oh, okay. If it's both bad for me and useless, then yes. Hear you loud and clear. After many, many years, I'm going to go to bed earlier. And so I've been doing that, and it feels crazy. I've never known how to relax with relaxation. The only thing that relaxes me is like marking things off my to-do list. Like, I get endorphins from marking things off my to-do list and completing tasks. I don't get endorphins from like sitting still. And that's why I love TV, because it's the only thing I can do. It's like my meditation. It's the only thing I can do that is not productive, but doesn't make me feel like I should be doing something right now. I guess I'm talking a lot about this right now. Also, I've not really been I feel like I'm supposed to be doing stuff to my face. This was done a really long time ago. I'm just giving myself a face massage with a brush while I talk to you about my problems. Isn't that what these are for? Anyway, I've sneaked the balm. Now I'm going to take Sculpt and Bronze in Light and put that on my cheekbones a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. And yeah, so that's what I've been up to. How have you guys been? I'm having a very weird day for one specific reason. Have you guys seen that meme? And it's Kermit looking out a window and it says, "I'm sorry I can't come, all my clothes look stupid on me." I was living that meme today, in that Kermit broke into my house. No, just kidding, but I wish he would. Kermit, if you're out there, if you're watching, if you're a subscriber, hit me up. I'm a big fan. All my clothes look stupid on me. I'm still working on the body image stuff, and I don't like any of my clothes, and then it got really cold, and now I don't like my winter clothes. Anyway, I ended up in this outfit that I do like. I got this from the bins. It's like a sweater dress thing. I didn't really show you the cool parts of it. It has pockets and tights. And these tights, well, I put them on, and then I bent over to put Izzy in her crate, and they split and became assless tights, where they're still tights and they're still tight, but now it's just literally my butt just free and open to the wind, and it's like snowy today. And anyway, I was already running late because I wished that I could do what the meme says and just not go. Like, when Kermit's looking out the window, he's like, I can't come. But the thing that I had to come to was my job and work and make batches and send orders to you guys. So I did in fact have to leave the house, and I was running late, so I was like, well, I guess my butt is out, no one can see it, so I guess it's fine. I'm just gonna feel very vulnerable all day. And as the day has gone on, this isn't a brush. It has just gotten more ripped to the point where soon my tights are just going to be like very long stockings that are no longer connected to just a little fragment around my waist. And now my butt is fully out, and it's like starting to wrap around the front, and it's a special feeling. So that's how I'm feeling today. And oh, the other thing I'm feeling, this is what I meant to say after my little spiel about being a workaholic, was, I'm using now Warm Tan, by the way. The radiant tint of Warm Tan. And putting that on my cheekbones and into my little face a little bit. Who knows? I don't know. Putting it on me. Put it on me. Okay. So I will be honest with you guys, even though I said everything I'm going to say in this video is a lie because it's a get ready with me and I'm not getting ready for something. I will be honest and say, so there's a lot of confessions in this right now. I care so deeply about the things that I make. And I mean, I can't, I care so hard and so deep, sexy, about the things that I choose to create and put out there. And because of that, I'm also very sensitive. And when it comes to putting content out on YouTube or making salt, navigating feedback is very complicated. And you want to take in the good compliments, but you also want to, like, you want to take in the nice parts that you've made something that makes people happy or that people connected with. And that is very special. But then at the same time, people comment really horrible, horrendous things to you, and people are super rude to you. And I'm not the first person to be like, hey, this is kind of complicated and hard, not the best part of this. So I ultimately I just don't really look. I don't check. Like I try to make sure that I get the feedback that I need to. So like, for example, with our Sneaky Balm, if people give us feedback about products, like if somebody's like, hey, by the way, I couldn't really find a good shade match, maybe there's room for another shade here, like we will add it. I take all the feedback that is helpful. But when it's just people being dicks, I try to just like, and therefore I don't really read comment sections. Sorry, my ancient camera just cut out. I'm using cocoa now on my cheeks, by the way. I'm not sure exactly where it cut out, but basically I make sure that important feedback gets to me. But other than that, I don't read stuff about myself or anything because I find it distracting. I also don't really look around at like competitors, or like I told that story when I was talking about the Sneaky Balm, that there was like a balm that had come out, and like the first time I saw it was like 2 days before this came out, just at Target because I walked past it. Like I have a very clear vision of what I want to make based off of my experience as a professional, and I'm not really interested in what's out there, and I'm not really interested in hearing about myself and stuff. It just makes me uncomfortable. So this is all to say that, oh no, emotions. No, it's okay, emotions are good. I was talking to an influencer named Hannah. I was looking at her video about salt, and I like peeked into the comments for a second, and sorry. I don't want to really I let things go to my head or anything, but the things that so many of you guys shared about the experiences you've had with salt, or like our customer service, or the products, or me throughout the years, like really touched my heart. Ew, gross. Don't touch my heart. Ew, it's an organ. It's unsanitary. I just was so shocked because sometimes like I'm just making things and we're sending them out, and I see where we're sending them out to and how many we're sending out. We're still such a small business. I mean, we fluctuate between 2 and 3 employees, including myself and my sister. So, which basically means it's me and my sister, and then sometimes there's a third person. And I just didn't really realize like the stuff that people remember, or how much they enjoy, and to see people like sharing their experiences of things that I didn't really think anyone saw was really special. Why is this video crazy? Anyway, so thank you guys for like seeing stuff, because a thing in my life is I've noticed that I fight really hard to be like seen for the things I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to not be that way so much, and not be so attached to that. But it was really sweet to see that like the work that I've put in to make these formulas unique and to make this good is like recognized, was very meaningful to me. So anyway, other mushy thing, putting this on the other side of my face now, I have gotten now the first bit of feedback on Sneaky Balm, and I cannot tell you the relief, because there's a moment before you put something out there where you're like, I knew, I was so confident, I kept reminding myself like, this is my favorite product. This is my favorite complexion product. Like, there isn't a foundation or tinted anything that I am reaching for instead of this. Like, I know I love it. I don't know how other people will feel about it. And foundations are one of those things where it's like, it's all over the place how everybody wants different things from them. And also the shades, like coming out with a smaller shade range, but being really confident in them. I was really nervous to put it out there, but I was like, I know I love this, and trying to sort of like prepare myself for the feedback. And so far it has been overwhelmingly supportive, and I'm so, every time Skylar's like, oh, hey, look, somebody just messaged that they got this and they love it, I'm like, thank God. Because, yeah, we work really hard, and I want to make things that people like and that are good, and that make their lives easier and make them feel pretty. Like, that's what I love to do. So I just appreciate you guys. Also, when I announced Sneaky Balm, I didn't think it was going to sell that much, because I thought, well, it's hard to pick out your color online, and because I had the cron, I wasn't able to send out PR before we launched. And so it's like, there's not really reviews. Like, I did not think it was going to be something people ordered. And then we got so many orders, and I just couldn't believe like the trust that you guys have. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm happy to see that so far we haven't had any. I'm sure we will get people that, it's not for them, because like I said, foundation's just subjective, but so far people have been really pleased, and I've been pleased with their pleasing hairstyles. Came out with a beauty brand. Mixed feelings. Anyway, those are, I guess, the things I wanted to tell you about lately. I'm now going to use some Glossier Boy Brow and put it in my brows. So I'm really excited at the prospect of not being a workaholic anymore, because of a lot of reasons. And I have to say, you know how in life I feel like I never make changes, like real changes to my habits or patterns or things, ways of being, until it just clicks, Like, I'll try and think like, oh, I should work on that forever. And then one day the series of events line up and it just clicks, and I'm like, okay, yeah, now I actually feel like I can wiggle some stuff around here. And I've definitely hit that moment with the way that I work, and sort of like the fear-based, compulsive non-stoppedness of it, and feeling like I'm not allowed to relax. I'm not allowed to just sit down. And it definitely comes from like, yeah, it's just fear. But I'm so excited, because I'm like, hey, So when I was a kid, my dad, I was born in the San Luis Obispo area, and I lived there for the first few years of my life. And after my parents got divorced, we moved still to that general area, but a little further away. But when I would visit my dad, we would go back to San Luis, and I spent a lot of time there as a kid. And he would take me to the Barnes and Noble in San Luis Obispo, and they had a little coffee shop inside it, and I would get to pick out like a treat. A lot of times it was those little like pirouette wafer things, and we would read stories, and that's like one of my favorite childhood memories. I almost said one of my only good childhood memories, which is so dramatic and not true. That was a really special one, and I've wanted to do that with Caspian, but I'm taking a little bit of this tiny e.l.f. eyeshadow palette and this more brownie gold shadow on the end. Just put a little bit on my eyeball. And anyway, I've been wanting to do this with Caspian, but there's not a ton of bookstores. So anyway, I found a local bookstore, and thankfully New York City does have some really cool bookstores. And I took him for the first time on Saturday, and we read stories, and we bought some books, and we went across the street and got some treats, and he loved it, and I'm so happy to have a little tradition with him. I could feel the pressure of the way I was working taking away from what really matters. And the thing is, Sneaky Bomb came out later than I wanted it to, and the world did not stop turning. You know, like the fear of what's going to happen if you don't do the thing on time is always worse than what happens if you don't do the thing on time. I put cocoa on my lips. Ta-da! Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. It was nice. I miss all of you, and I do like talking to you, and I do like engaging. I just have to like squirm through some of the introverted sharing yourself, dealing with feedback parts, but it's really worth it. You guys have really touched my heart again. You just reached in down my mouth, and you just stabbed through and just went right into my squishy organs, and I died. I will see you guys next time. I don't think I have anything else to say. Okay, bye.